The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway in Southern California. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Mahomes now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he's standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes on the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And a nice call and really good execution there, because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on it. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Following the pickup at 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Mahomes.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 15. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Off the play fake to Ekeler, it's Herbert on the move to his left. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
On first down, it's Herbert. Steps away. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And incomplete on the deep ball.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
They go play fake. Mahomes rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Edwards-Helaire. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass, eluding the pressure right.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. A reminder, coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Herbert now. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
On first down, Justin Herbert steps away to his left. He finds his target, Allen. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
We talk about mobility in quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. There to make the grab. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They go play action. Now Mahomes being chased out left. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes rolling to his left. Man open is Robinson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now. Mahomes out to his left. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Noah Gray from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
Well, it moved up from the 3 to the 2. You would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. Dancing to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On the move to his left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Herbert. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Hopkins' kick is good. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run here with Eckler. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Flush to his right. And complete right side to Cook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. Now room for Eckler. And some space here. And finally taken down at the 15.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Herbert operating from the red zone, eluding the pressure right. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Cook. Touchdown, Chargers. Jared Cook. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that.
But I think the ball's out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Charger drive about to get going. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding.
And he's going to be taken down. He's sacked on the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Steps away. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. Here we go on fourth. Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Herbert off of play action. It's complete to Cook. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like Toto at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Open man is Palmer. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Forced out to his left. And Cook has it, left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Now it's Herbert sliding out of the pocket. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Eckler will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver, Hill. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call.
Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Ty Long now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.